Hi, I'm Justin Smith. I'm director and writer for the web series Out of Character. And this is...
I'm Jessica, and I play Jessica and Marlena.
Jessica, tell us a little bit more about your character. Characters, excuse me.
About my characters. Jessica is actually a fairly introverted person, and she tends to cave under pressure, but she wants to be more than that, and who she wants to be is somebody more like Marlena, who's going to say, no, I can do it, and I want you to see that I can do it. So you see a little bit of controversy in that, and you see two different sides to her depending on when she's in character or out of character.
I feel like we've been able to play around a lot with those characters and their backgrounds and things like that, especially Marlena's, which is something I've not had the opportunity to do with everyone. So I think we've been playing around with that, as whereas Marlena is a sort of a character who's learning how to be a mage or wizard, whatever you want to call it. Tell us a little more about that, because I feel like you were really proud of.
Well, she's the stories that she's supposed to have spent the majority of her life in an academy learning about magic, but she's had no practical application for it. So what she's doing in this group is, in order to advance any further in her magical career, she has to have had actual experience using it. And it's a completely different experience than what she imagines it to be, but she's still trying to assert that she knows what's going on. So you'll find that she regularly wants to know the best way to approach the situation and thinks about it from like a book smart point rather than trying to just get in there and do it. And then I think there's going to be a turnaround. So
I like turnarounds. And as you know, and both as a directors in DM, that's the kind of character development we like to have, and that we often get skipped out on. You have characters like Nate, who you'll see an interview with or have already, who is just all about the numbers and about the mechanics of the game. But going back to the point about Marlena being sort of an outlet for Jessica, it's another one of the for Jessica's specifically the assertiveness and sort of things like that she can't really express a lot. I feel like a lot of gamers tend to have that, especially the ones who maybe do less games that are social games like this one. Tend to have that social anxiety that they need to express, and a lot of people see gaming as a sort of escapism, but in a sort of a negative sense, sort of like you step away from the social, and don't learn have those skills. But one of the things I've been wanting that I want to show is that these sorts of gaming situations can have a real positive effect on people, and specifically, I almost knocked over my castle, sorry. And specifically, I think that one of the things that you can see here is that a character that is created by a person has aspects of that person in the character, and then so you create something that's part of yourself. And so the things that character can do, and the amazing sorts of fantastical things that these characters can do, can actually help to do all sorts of things, such as build self-esteem and kind of reduce some of that social anxiety. And actually, you can take that away from the gaming table and helps you in your real life. And that's another one of the things that and we are hoping to show as part of the web series. So, thank you very much. One thing that we have not actually gotten to cover in this interview is that there are quirks to my right. And we'll talk about more about that later. Quirks. All right, and thank you very much. Again, I'm Justin, and this is Jessica.
Okay, so 25% of our grade is the accuracy of our information. Another 25% is the effectiveness of the presentation style. And then 50% is the presentation itself. That's pretty easy to divide. Shannon, Jessica, you split up doing the research and putting together the PowerPoint slides. Tommy Culver and I will do a 3-person presentation based on the PowerPoint. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
I'll do the research. I hate PowerPoint.
Wait, we're all supposed to speak. Also, why divide it up that way? That leaves Shannon and I with all the hard work and you guys the easy stuff.
there's supposed to be an explanation, before or after, about why we chose the topic we did, and why we presented the way we did. You can take that part. And Tommy Culver and I are doing just as much work as you are. Besides, we have 3 speeches and shoulder most of the responsibility of doing the presentation itself. And also, it's commonly accepted that men are more accepted by audiences. We all want to get a good grade here, don't we?
I guess.
Good. Since we've already decided on a topic, let's decide on a timeline on what we want to get done first.
Goblins on advancing. Block. Flank left. Fenris, flank right. Naricel, eyes out, start channeling.
And me?
To the rear.
No.
Huh. Good work.